Have you ever wondered why relationships that look perfect from the outside sometimes fall apart with no warning? Why a woman who claims to want loyalty, stability, and love can sometimes seem drawn to danger, power, or mystery instead? It's not random. It's biology. Ancient, powerful, and deeply rooted in the behavior of our closest animal relatives, the primates. You see, behind the mask of monogamy lies a hidden strategy. One that's not about manipulation or deceit, but survival and selection. Today, we'll uncover what primate studies reveal about female mating psychology, how it secretly shapes human relationships, and why understanding it can change how you see attraction forever. Stay with me till the end, because once you see what scientists have discovered, you'll never look at love the same way again. Part 1. The primate connection, our ancestral mirror. Let's start with something fascinating. Humans share over 98% of our DNA with chimpanzees and bonobos. That means the way primates behave gives us a mirror, a raw, uncensored look into what might still be operating under our civilized human surface. Scientists who study primates noticed something surprising. Even species that seem monogamous, like gibbons or certain monkeys, often have hidden mating behavior. On the surface, the female stays with one male. But genetically, the offspring often belong to multiple fathers. This discovery shook evolutionary biology because it revealed a secret pattern, what researchers call the Masquerade of Monogamy. It means, outwardly, a female appears loyal and committed to one partner, but biologically, she keeps her options open, ensuring her offspring carry the best possible genetic mix. And if that sounds familiar, it's because humans might not be that different. Part 2. The biological logic behind female strategy. Now, before we go deeper, understand this. This isn't about blaming or shaming. It's about understanding nature, because what looks emotional or unpredictable often has a biological reason. From an evolutionary point of view, a woman faces a unique challenge. She invests more biologically, 9 months of pregnancy, years of nurturing, and massive emotional energy. So her instincts evolved to do 2 things at once. Secure a reliable partner who provides safety and resources. Keep an eye open for a genetically superior mate, someone whose traits signal strength, intelligence, or dominance. This dual motive creates what scientists call the dual mating strategy, and you can see it even in nature. In chimpanzee groups, females will mate with dominant males for genetic benefit, but also build alliances with gentle, caring males who protect them and their offspring. Sound familiar? In humans, this can show up as a woman being emotionally loyal to one man, but feeling attraction toward another, usually someone who triggers those deep evolutionary signals. This isn't betrayal in its biology. And understanding it helps you see relationships with clarity, not confusion. Part 3. The Masquerade of Monogamy. Why women hide their strategy. Here's where things get interesting. In the animal world, male jealousy is dangerous, a protective instinct to ensure paternity. So, females evolved to hide their true mating choices. That's why researchers call it a masquerade. It's not just a human social construct. It's an ancient camouflage that evolved for survival. Think about it. If a female openly showed her attraction to multiple males, she could lose her protection or provoke aggression. So she developed subtlety, emotional intelligence, social charm, and the ability to maintain harmony while pursuing what biology wants. In humans, this becomes even more refined. Instead of physical signs, we see emotional and social cues, indirect ways of testing attraction, assessing options, or comparing partners without explicit disloyalty. That's why female psychology often seems complex or contradictory, because it's balancing 2 powerful drives, security and selection. Part 4. What primate studies teach us about female desire. Let's look at what the science says. In studies of chimpanzees, bonobos, and macaques, scientists observed that females often synchronize their ovulation with the presence of high-status males. They also noticed that females engage in extra-pair mating, even when already bonded to a partner. Why? Because biologically, it's a backup plan. If her primary partner is kind but genetically average, her instincts might push her towards someone who represents better survival genes. And humans aren't immune to this. Studies on human attraction show that during the most fertile phase of their cycle, women's preferences subtly shift. They're more drawn to masculine faces, deeper voices, and dominant energy. It doesn't mean they act on it, but it shows how deep these primate instincts still run. This is the hidden engine of female attraction, ancient biology wearing modern clothes. Part 5. Why men misunderstand female loyalty. Many men make one critical mistake. They confuse commitment with desire. A woman can be emotionally committed to you, but her biology may still react to signals of dominance or charisma in others. This doesn't mean she's unfaithful, it means she's human. But men who don't understand this get hurt, jealous, or confused, thinking love should erase attraction. It doesn't. Even in primate groups, females show affection and loyalty toward protective males, yet remain biologically responsive to dominant traits. Understanding this gives you power, because instead of demanding loyalty through control, you earn it through attraction, respect, and emotional strength. The truth? A woman's loyalty is emotional, but her attraction is instinctual. And when those two align, that's when love feels unbreakable. Part 6. The evolution of female testing. You've probably heard the phrase, women test men. Psychologists call it mate testing, a way to evaluate if a man's confidence and stability are genuine. Guess what? Primates do it too. Female chimpanzees sometimes provoke males to see how they react under stress, whether they stay composed or lose control. It's nature's way of revealing character. In humans, these tests appear as emotional challenges, small disagreements, or subtle shifts in attention. Why? Because her subconscious is asking, can this man handle pressure? Is he emotionally secure enough to protect me and my future children? So instead of getting defensive when tested, recognize it as an instinctive process. She's not trying to break you, and she's trying to trust you. The key is composure. In both primates and humans, emotional control equals social dominance. And that's the currency of attraction. Part 7. Bonobos. The secret clue to female power. Now let's talk about bonobos, our other closest relatives. They're fascinating because, unlike chimpanzees, bonobo societies are female-led. How? By forming alliances, emotional, social, and cooperative bonds with other females. They use intimacy, connection, and communication to control male aggression and maintain social harmony. Sound familiar? It's the foundation of modern female social behavior, emotional networking, empathy, and influence through connection. In human relationships, this can translate into subtle social control, influencing a man's behavior not through force, but through emotion and perception. It's power disguised as softness, and it works because it's been perfected over millions of years of evolution. Part 8. How men can use this knowledge. So what can you as a man learn from all this? First, stop expecting biology to be fair. It's not designed for fairness. It's designed for survival. Second, realize that understanding female psychology isn't about control. It's about awareness, knowing what drives attraction, loyalty, and respect. Here's what primate studies teach us about succeeding in this dynamic world. Be the protector and the prize. Women are drawn to strength that feels safe, not arrogance, but grounded confidence. Stay emotionally unreactive. In both primate and human behavior, calmness under pressure is dominance. Keep evolving. A man who grows intellectually, financially, and emotionally never stops triggering attraction because progress signals survival value. Respect her duality. Understand that women can be nurturing and strategic, loving yet selective. It's not a flaw, it's nature's balance. When you see this clearly, relationships stop being a mystery and start becoming a mirror of evolution itself. Part 9. The human difference. Conscious choice. Now here's the twist that separates us from animals: self-awareness. We might share DNA with primates, but we have something no other species does: the ability to choose beyond instinct. Yes, biology plays its role, but loyalty, morality, and love can transcend it. When two people rise above instinct and connect with consciousness, that's when monogamy becomes real. Not a masquerade, but a mutual decision rooted in awareness. So the goal isn't to judge female strategy, it's to understand and rise above it, to build relationships not out of illusion, but from truth. Conclusion: the truth behind the mask. So, what do primate studies expose about female mating strategy? They reveal that beneath love and romance lies a biological blueprint, one that values protection, survival, and strength. The masquerade of monogamy isn't deception. It's evolution, a system designed to keep the species alive. But as humans, we have the power to go beyond survival. We can build trust, consciousness, and connection that no animal instinct can replicate. Once you understand that, you stop seeing relationships as games of control and start seeing them as opportunities for growth, awareness, and strength. Because true power isn't in domination, it's in understanding nature, mastering yourself, and loving with eyes wide open.